Everyone, it's Dr. D here, and today we're going to talk about an incredible character from an 80s sitcom. And I want to show y'all how consultants have always been around and they've always made good money. I don't know if you remember the 80s sitcom Murder She Wrote, and it had the character Jessica Fletcher. So I want you to think about this. Jessica Fletcher, she was a murder mystery writer, and she was the original consulting expert who used her writing skills to solve real life crimes. So let me break this down to you. Stay with me. Stay with me. If you're with me live, give me a hey, what's up, what's going on? If you're catching this in the replay, give me a hashtag replay because I'm gonna break down how Jessica Fletcher's story can inspire all of us today. So let me give a little backdrop for those who don't know Jessica Fletcher. That's Angela Lansbury, and she was the star of Murder She Wrote. This show aired from 1984 to 1986, and it's still popular today through reruns. So I just watched it this morning, which is what made me do this live. Oh, I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Jessica was a widowed former English teacher who turned to writing murder mysteries, and her books became bestsellers. So let me help you to understand. So Jessica was a married English teacher. Jessica has children. So on the show, you will see instances where her children make an appearance. And her husband died. And when her husband died, she started writing novels. Now, if truth can be told, like y'all know, I like to give y'all the full backdrop. When her husband died, she got that big insurance policy and she said, I'm done with this teaching. I'm going to do what I really like to do. And she started writing murder mystery novels. Oh, y'all, wait a minute. Give me a second because the FedEx guy is here. Go in here. And we don't want the dog to, we don't want the dog to have a problem with FedEx guy. And as a matter of fact, he's bringing her dog food. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I had to put her in. Yeah, just leave it there. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So the FedEx guy was bringing the dog's dog food. What's the name of the sandwich? A cinnamon sausage. That's my husband asking me what's the name of the sandwich we're getting. Okay. So let's get back to the story. Get that. Yeah. I forget that we have delivery. Anyway, a little bit about Jessica's background. So Jessica was a novelist, specifically a murder mystery writer, and she had a knack for and drew her into real life murder investigations. And really, if we go back just a little bit, she would write her stories based off of stories that had happened in real life and what she thought happened. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, Jessica had a degree in English, not a degree in criminology or any formal training in criminal justice. She didn't work for the police department. She didn't do any of that. Her expertise came from writing and her natural talent for observation and deduction. So I want to know how many of you all have natural talent, but you think that you need some type of degree or certification. You do not. After the death of her husband, Jessica transitioned from teaching to writing. Now her novels did pretty good and they gained popularity, but simply because she took advantage of the moment. So think about it like this. She would see something on the news that was a big headline. She would take that news story and she would solve it what she think happened based off of the news articles and the press that was happening, and she would take it from angles that the police department didn't take it from. So I want us to make sure we get this full understanding. Okay, so if you're with me live, say, give me a hey, what's up, what's going on? Hey there, Tonisha. Hey. So now let's talk about this. Now, some of her key qualities for Jessica Fletcher, and they called her JB for short, JB Fletcher. She had an eye for detail. She had an extraordinary ability to notice small many times overlook details that could like unravel a mystery. But she knew this. Like she knew this, and she knew how to ask the right questions. She knew how to probe a little deeper, and she knew when the situation might have another perspective to look at. It's some of y'all who got skills that other people don't have, but you don't value it. And she has analytical skills. Her analytical thinking allowed her to connect the dots in these complex situations. So now let's get to the good part. Even though she didn't have any formal expertise in law enforcement, Jessica's expertise was highly valued. I keep telling y'all, stop trying to go to school, get all these degrees, get all these certifications, pay for all these courses, thinking you need this stuff. People are willing to pay significant amounts of money for your insights and for your experience, from your point of view, for your perspective. Let me tell you how good Jessica was. And this is what I want to tell y'all. Even back in the 1980s, baby, they was writing her $1 million checks. They were borrowing money to pay her. They even included her in wills, and they would often, you would see it on the show, they would borrow money to secure her services. That highlights how much they believed in her unique perspective. Because think about it, many times the crime that she was solving was eliminating that person from the insurance policy or from the estate. So I'll pay you $1 million if you will solve this problem and find the real killer, because it's not me. And then that will make me be able to collect the $30 million estate, and I'll give you $1 million. On the episode I watched this morning, they wrote Jessica Fletcher a $1 million check back in the late 80s, early 90s. Y'all see what I'm saying? And so back in the 80s, Jessica Fletcher she was consulting before it was trendy. She was providing her expertise to solve crime. It's the same thing that we do today. We provide a specialized knowledge to businesses, schools, community organizations, and individuals. And you can't be scared to ask to be paid. So here's what I took away from Jessica, from Murder She Wrote, which again aired from the 80s to 1996. Jessica shows us that you don't necessarily need formal qualifications to be seen as an expert. We got to stop waiting on somebody to come and appoint us an expert. You've been doing something for 10, 15, 20 years, honey. You're an expert. You're an expert. You got the results to show it. You're an expert. Your skills, experience, and that unique perspective that you have, they're super valuable. Next, you got to learn to leverage your skills, just like Jessica. She used what she was good at to create opportunities. We're too busy working for free and being okay with being validated by a pat on the back saying, "Good job, you saved the day. Thank you for helping me." She turned her talent for writing and solving mysteries into a second career that she absolutely loved. You see her getting flown out all over the world. You see her dressed in the best of clothes. You see her eating the best of food. You see her networking with people of all walks of life, but mostly people who are, that have means. It created a different circle for her. Y'all, Jessica was an English teacher. Y'all, I'm gonna say this again. Jessica was an English teacher. She was married. Her husband died. She got a little insurance money. She started writing because she didn't want to teach anymore. And the books became bestsellers, because what a lot of us don't realize is that when we drop the stress, when we stop doing the thing that's sucking the life out of us, our creativity comes back. Why she didn't write books while she was in that school teaching? She didn't have time to. And the other thing is that you got to stay curious. You got to be willing to dig deeper into situations. That's what she was willing to do. She was willing to take time, stay curious, ask questions, and seek new information. But more importantly, Jessica provided value. She was consistently providing value for those who came to her for help. And that made her services indispensable, indisposable. When she would help that person, they would tell somebody else about her. And so I'm telling you, Jessica, she went from a novelist to a sought after crime solving consultant. And it's truly inspiring to see that was all the way back in the 80s. Jessica didn't say, "I'm going to do this because you're a nice person." Jessica didn't say, I'm gonna do this to help your family. Jessica said, you're gonna pay me for my time and for my services. Jessica say, yeah, I'm gonna run you that invoice. You not one time did you see on there the episode that I watched, they paid her $1 million. The second episode that came on, they left Jessica as a member of the estate. So she's the episode started with her going into an attorney's office with the family, in which the father left Jessica part of the estate because she helped him to get to not go to jail for a crime that he was pinned of but he didn't do. And so it's a testament to how valuable our unique skills and perspectives can be when we position ourselves correctly. And so a lot of this is just about positioning, talking to people, networking, and knowing that you're good at what you do. So I just wanted to bring this session to you all, and leave me a comment. What do you think? What qualities do you think made Jessica such an effective consultant? Share your thoughts in the comment. What do you think? And what do you think people should pay you for? Hey, Dr. LaShawn. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. That's right. Enrichment strategies, Tonisha. What do you all think that you all should be paid for? And what is the unique perspective you bring? What is your value proposition? See, Jessica knew her value proposition, but I'm telling you, that's right. She said when we position ourselves correctly, right? But when we come in and we can't talk about what we did, all we talk about are the components of our program. No, you got to talk about the value that you bring. You got to talk about the results that you get. And Jessica led with her crime books, but notice it did not say, and you did not watch Jessica Fletcher become the success that she is. The crime books were the catalyst. So that is what she started with, and she was a best-selling author. So she became a best-selling author and would go around doing talks. Listen to how she was always capitalizing on her skill. She was going around doing talks, doing book signings, and people would ask her questions about a situation in their life. She would ask them questions back, and then they would ask if they could hire her. Y'all not talking to enough people. Y'all not talking to people. I'm gonna tell y'all what, I'm finna get this going because a lot of us are selling ourselves short. I've been trying to think about, like what can I do to help you all to really position your services and to see that you can make money. And I truly believe that if I can prove to you, not you prove to you, but I can prove to you that you can make money off of your expertise, I know that it will change your life. So I'm thinking about doing a 10K in 30-day challenge because I want you to see that you can make 10K in 30 days. But that also requires a commitment from me for 30 days. So I have to make sure that my calendar is clear. And I also want to make sure people are interested in that. Like, is that something that you all would be interested in if I did a 10K in 30-day challenge and came live every day, telling you what you need to do, giving you ideas and giving you support? And the goal is to simply make $10,000 in 30 days. We're not trying to make $10,000 in one day or 10 days or 15 days, but in 30 days, I know you can make $10,000. Like, I know this. I know this. You just don't know exactly what to do. And so I believe that if you had the right guidance and you actually did the things that I tell you to do, that you will see that your income will increase. And once you make $10,000 in a month, you'll know that all you have to do is rinse and repeat. So I'm seriously considering it, but I don't want to do something that y'all not gonna participate in. That's not gonna be a good use of my time. So give me something in the comments. Let me know, because Forever Teaching says yes, I like that challenge. Okay, y'all let me know if that's something that y'all will be interested in. Because again, this is just my free time. Y'all see, I'm out on the porch. This is my morning routine. And so again, successful people they are consistent and they have consistent routines. And so I'm out on the porch, I'm drinking my coffee. My dog was out here. I had to let her in because the FedEx man came actually to bring her dog food. And so I had to let her in. She said, seriously, giving it a thought. Okay, so let's think about it. And I will tell you this, the live is only going to be available on YouTube. So I will only do it on YouTube. Like when I do it on Instagram, I have a phone set up over here. That's why y'all see me looking this way, because I'm talking to Instagram and I'm over here on YouTube. So I would only do it on I would only do it on YouTube, but I will remind the people on Instagram to come join me on YouTube. So I invite you right now to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Educators Moving On Official, Educators Moving On Official, Educators Moving On Official. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll do the challenge there. That way, even if I'm not home, I can still go live on my phone and it'll go straight to YouTube. And then I don't have to worry about trying to post to 2 and 3 other locations and stuff. And I'll tell the Facebook people too that if you're on Facebook watching me, I want you to subscribe to me on YouTube. I will do the 10K in 30-day challenge. It's one of the ways that I was able to make my first $10,000, because it's so much that you don't know. But I think that the Jessica Fletcher example is a great example of even back in the day. And, don't get me started into, like what we see on TV and how it impacts us. Notice that even with Jessica Fletcher back in the day, she knew that she was going to get paid for her services. Even when we look at, but what do we do? Think about the shows that we watched back in the day. Think about our shows back in the day and what those shows showed us. They showed us struggle. They showed us, hard work. They showed us being mistreated. They showed us toxic situations. Think about the shows that other people watched and what was shown. So I want y'all to understand that it's not by happenstance that we have a problem or a hard time selling our services, asking to be paid for our services, feeling that our services are valuable. Sometimes we think that it's like begging and that selling is sleazy and that, people going to think you broke and all of these misconceptions. Those are some of the things that we have to work through in order to understand how valuable our services are, and also understanding that not everyone is your client and that it's also okay to say no. Like you can say no to people and it's absolutely okay. And so, yeah, y'all leave me some info in the comments. Let me know. Hey, Sandra Gillens. Hey, Dr. Sandra, Dr. G. She said, hey, giraffes. Come on now. We're going to be some giraffes and we're gonna get this 10K in 30 days. And I'm thinking I can start this for y'all on August 1st. I think August 1st through August 30th, y'all can make $10,000 and have a great Labor Day weekend. What y'all think about that? Because today is July 26th. I ain't got my watch out. I don't know what today's date is, but I think I can have this ready for y'all for August 1st through August 30th. And I think y'all can have 10K in y'all account for Labor Day, and y'all can have an amazing Labor Day weekend and go ahead and celebrate the way you want to celebrate and not the way you got to celebrate. All right. So Dr. G says she's down. She says, I'm down. All right. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good, Forever Teacher said, is it weekday only that you will be live? No, when I do the 30-day challenge, I try to go live all 30 days. So it will be 30 days in a row. I know a couple of them I would have to pre-record. That's why I'm going to put it on YouTube. Because I will need to pre-record a couple of them. For those who was at the live event, they know I got a sister and her birthday is coming up. And so she already has a 3-day event planned. So I would record those in advance and just schedule those to release on YouTube. But that's one of the reasons why I would only do it on YouTube, because I can pre-record and release it on YouTube. So please join me on YouTube. Go to YouTube now and follow my page. Go subscribe to my page and turn on the notifications, people. And go ahead and tell some other people. Go ahead and share this message. Y'all share this message. Let some other people know who have a great expertise. It does not matter whether they are a teacher or not. This is a how to make 10K in 30-day challenge. How to make 10K in 30 days. And I've done this with nieces and nephews. I've done this with friends. I've done this with people who are not in education. I've done this with all types of people. You do not have to be a teacher. So if you know somebody who is really skilled and gifted at what it is that they do, let's go ahead and get them subscribe to the page so that they can take part of the 10K in 30-day challenge. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.